So I am about to start the GR 509, the Grande Traversée du Jura, and it is a zillion degrees, and I have no water. Couldn't find any in town, but there is a cemetery just there, so hopefully I can get some here. Otherwise, I'm not quite sure. I'll have to backtrack a kilometer or so and buy some at the supermarket. The Grande Traversée du Jura, or GR509, is a 400 km trail between Vosges and the Alps. It starts in Mandeure and finishes in Culoz. It's a pretty well-known trail in France, but I don't think I'll see a lot of hikers because of the heat wave going on in France. Jura is cheese central in France and home to the best cheeses in the world. And that's a fact. I'm not just saying that because I was born here. And the white wine isn't too shabby either. As I said, I was born here, but last time I was in Jura was more than 20 years ago, so I'm really stoked to be back and hike this trail. And feast on cheese. It is day 2 and it is pretty boring, to be honest. A lot of road walking in the heat, but it is what it is and I don't really mind having these kind of days. I mean, I know that not every hiking day can be amazing, and it actually makes you appreciate even more the great hiking days. And this is a much nicer day than yesterday. I am following the Doubs River in the Doubs Gorge pretty much all day. Switzerland is on the other side of the river. That means I follow the border for most of the day. I've been stung by a bee this afternoon, and it really did hurt for a couple of hours where I was limping. I'm kind of nervous about how my calf will react, but at the end of the day it seems okay. Which is a relief, because I worked a few weeks for a beekeeper in New Zealand where I got stung on the foot, and I couldn't put my shoe on because my foot was so swollen. Tonight I am going to try to cook specialty from Franche-Comté, which is the region I'm in right now. It's called plat franc-comtois. The main thing being cancoyote, a creamy, strong cheese. This one is absinthe flavored, so it's going to be interesting. And usually you have a morteau sausage, but I couldn't get that because it takes 30-40 minutes to cook, so I got this instead. And you usually have steamed potatoes, but I got this instead, so I can cook it camping style. And of course a bit of garlic. Here we go. That smells good. This morning I met Quentin, who's hiking a section of this trail. We got along well and he's keen on walking long days, so we end up hiking together for a while. We are now doing a side trip to the summit of Mandeure, a name famous for cheese lovers, as the cheese of the same name is the stuff of legend. We are just out of Foncine, where I almost bought some really good cheese, but there were too many people. Queue that was way too long, and then I almost bought a sandwich, which looked delicious, with Morbier and Morteau, but I didn't buy it because I thought I have already too much food. And now I'm looking at my tuna and shitty cheese, and I'm regretting it. And I'm here with Quentin. Or is it Quentin?
It depends.
On t'appelait comment en Angleterre?
Quentin.
Quentin, okay.
Yeah.
Quentin just told me about a drink I've never heard of before, called sapon. It's a mix of pontarlier, which is a kind of local pastis, pine syrup and water. Santé. I did get a bit carried away when I was in Les Rousses, but this time I got some really nice food. Morteau sausage, smoked morteau sausage. This is Morbier, this is a classic from Jura. Comté, one of the best cheese in the world, of course. And Gex. Up. Et allez, c'est reparti! It's very strange to see this landscape being dry and yellow like that. Jura is usually a very green place even in summer. I would say that it might not be the best time of the year to hike this trail. If I had to hike it again, I'd say that spring or autumn would be great instead of August. And there are also some alternate Grande Traversée du Jura that you can ski or do with snowshoes. I'd love to come back and do that someday. This area is home to lynxes, which I think is the only big white cat in Europe, but they're not dangerous. And I don't think they're often spotted by hikers anyway. with cheese and sausage for lunch and dinner yesterday, and that will be lunch again. I am finishing the day with a big climb. I'm out of Lelex, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, and I have a lot of water in my backpack. That's really heavy because I'll be on a ridge for a while. I was hoping to catch up with Quentin, who left 2 hours earlier than me this morning, but that didn't happen, so probably tomorrow. What a great section! France on one side and Switzerland on the other, with Geneva and Lake Geneva over there. Turns out I won't be able to catch up with Quentin, as he's on a rush to get his train.
And that's it.